Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome once again to my little review series for Aircraft Roll Flight Simulator X. So today we're going to be reviewing one of Just Flight's most recent releases. We're going to be looking at the DeHavilland and DeHavilland Canada Chipmunk. So what we've got here today, we've got the aircraft that's one of the aircraft out of the base pack for the Chipmunk. This is from number 2 Flight Training School, normally based at Church Fenton. So it's one of the standard aircraft. So yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to give as we always do for these reviews, we're going to have a quick inspection of the outside, have a quick review of the textures, then we're going to jump in, we're going to start her up, and then we're going to do a quick little circuit around this airfield. By the way folks, today the airfield we're going to be flying around is one of Orbx's newer releases. It's been out a little bit, but still relatively new, and what I think is absolutely fantastic. We're going to be flying around Echo Golf Hotel Papa, or Popham Airfield, home to the Spitfire Flying Club. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, oh, excuse me folks. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's have a little whiz around the aircraft and have a look at the review. So, alright, so starting as we do with the external modelling and textures. Yep, you know what? These are pretty damn awesome. So, definitely after the last time I reviewed a Just Flight product, I had my concerns over the texturing, but I am yet to find any issues with the texturing on this one here. So I've been flying around this for a little bit, and I find it's absolutely incredible. So you've got a very beautiful detailed actual external model of the aircraft in the standard sort of variants operated by the Royal Air Force in its flight training and basic flight training roles, and also used by the Royal Canadian Air Force and several other air forces around the world as well. So you can see there's some quite nice details and quite nice reflections built into the aircraft, which is always very nice to see. Now you can also see we've got our little ground power unit there, so when you're sort of sitting there waiting ready to before you actually fire up the engine, you get to plug into external power, and this little beauty appears. Also, excellently modelled pilot animations and pilot figures as well, which is always quite nice. So, yeah, there you go. So yes, the external modelling I'm very, very pleased with. I think it is pretty damn awesome. So yes, definitely, yeah, I like it. I really do. I really like it. So, Alright, so now that we've had a quick look at the externals there, let's jump into the internals. Alrighty, so the cockpit also has that beautiful worn look that all sort of heavily used trainer type aircraft have, so which is really, really nice to see. Very impressed with it. Pretty much everything works in it. As you can see, it's a fairly basic sort of cockpit. And that's, but you know, there is a reason for that. This is a basic flight trainer, so you know it was designed as a follow-on from the very, very successful DeHavilland basic trainer, and this was the post-war sort of introductory basic trainer, and first produced during the 50s, and says still soldiers on today, mostly in civilian life though today, but there's over 500 of these beautiful aircraft still flying around the world in their various guises. So, so yes, you've got a fully modelled front or student cockpit, and then you also have a excellently modelled instructor cockpit behind it as well. If you're wondering where the so you got your basic ones there, but if you're wondering where the fuel gauge is, you've got to poke your head out. Your fuel gauge is actually on the tank in the wings, so yeah, that's where your fuel gauge is. If you want to know how much fuel you got left, that's where it is. All right, okay. So enough of me rabbiting on. Let's get started and let's fire it up. All right. So we've got our fuel open. Fantastic. Alright. We've got our parking brake on. Alright, we've got to make sure our put our mixture up to full. Alright. We're going to crack open the throttles just a little bit. There we go. Parking brake on. Yep, fantastic. Alright. Now we've got a carburetor air set to cold, which is fine. I don't think we've got any to worry about icing conditions right now, I think. Yeah, we've had a few storms, but yeah, we're not too bad. Alright. Let's try that again. Oh, helps if you turn your magnetos on, doesn't it? That might actually help somewhat. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Got that beautiful sound of that that Gypsy Major engine. Alright. Take our ground power. Alright, no warning lights. Looking pretty good. Alright. Now, all taxiing for this aircraft and from flight has to be done with the canopy closed. Funny enough, it's the airflow actually helps keep the canopy in place, locked in place, so make sure we have that. Incidentally though, it does model the emergency setup quite well as well, so if you do have to in emergency open the canopy in flight, you have to pull this little handle here. Basically what it does, it opens a little flap so it equalizes the pressure so you can actually pull the canopy back. So, anyway. Alrighty, so we can see, quickly jump out to the external, we'll have a quick look. There we are, we can see we're running nice and smoothly there. It is very, very nicely modelled. It really, really is. It really is. It really is. Alright. Okay. Alright. Now that we're here, what we'll do is we shall taxi out. And we'll go for a quick flight, I think. Now, the wind's a little bit wind there, so we're going to taxi down. Now, interestingly enough, as I was saying before, although this aircraft is no longer in active military service for the Air Force in its original sort of training role, it does still have a training role, and some examples are still used by the Royal Air Force. It actually has one operated by the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. Now, the reason for that is because it is a tail dragger. It is used to keep RAF pilots who do fly in the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. It is used to keep their competency up and give them training and introduction to tailwheel aircraft. So, probably a bit fast there, I think. One of the things I actually like about, just moving away from the aircraft for a second, one of the things I like about this airport as well is that unlike more traditional FSX airports, it isn't flat. It is actually like real world airports. It has dips and bumps in it and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, I really like that. So I know this review is primarily about the Chipmunk, but yeah, well done to the Orbx guys for this one. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a nice little feature because unfortunately we're stuck with flat runways otherwise. But anyway, I digress. So as we taxi down, join the people of the Spitfire Club having a barbecue there. Oh, we'll jump to take off and give them a bit of a show, so shall we? Alright, okay. Now don't exceed about, because maximum crosswind component when you're taxiing and taking off is about 33 knots. Close that so we don't whack that by accident in the flight. Alright. This aircraft is was very popular as a trainer because it is a very docile aircraft. It is very forgiving. You can do all sorts of things to it and it will just happily come back for more, which is always very, very important for a training and sort of, pilots sort of thing when they're getting their wings for the first time. It's very, very important that you can make mistakes in it, and it will actually forgive you and not kill you in most instances. So there we go. All right, we've got a 1 notch of flap set for takeoff. All right, let's spool her up and let's take off. Very important to slowly advance the throttles with this one, because she's very responsive, the old Chipmunk. Now she does tend to pull to the right a little bit, so just correct with your rudder as you go down the takeoff roll. And nice and easy up into the air. They've definitely captured the sound of the Gypsy Major engine very, very nicely. I think, yeah, it is very, very nice, and it definitely just it's basic nav here. None of this. It was all very compass driven and kind of navigation. It's city of pants kind of flying. This one is, but you know what? I quite like that. So as we do a little bit of a circuit around Popham Airfield here, I was saying the aircraft was designed as a basic trainer, and it was the first indigenous production by DeHavilland Canada, designed by a Polish engineer actually. I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but Wojciech Jakamuk was the engineer who actually designed the Chipmunk, and as I said, it was designed to a specification to replace the Tiger Moth as an aircraft to serve for basic flight training and basic introduction of aircraft. And one of the great things is what's given this this aircraft, the Chipmunk, such longevity, with over 500 airworthy airframes still flying to this day, is the fact that it was designed. It is a very simple design. It's a very basic. It's very easy to maintain. And it offers just some very, very incredible and simple construction. So it's it is an all metal construction except for the control surfaces. Control surfaces are metal frame with fabric covering, and part of the wings from the main spar back are covered in fabric. So, but otherwise, yeah, it's fairly basic and very popular, very stable aircraft. In terms of developments, the release from Just Flight is available in 2 parts. So the basic pack is simply the primary version, which is the DHC1. Also used, it's called the Chipmunk T Mark 10 or T10 in Royal Air Force service. Beyond that, there's also an expansion pack available, which is for the B version, which was the bubble canopy version. So DeHavilland Canada is a later production one, built a bubble canopy version, so it was gave the instructor and the pilot better visibility. As we come in here, drop our flaps. Just a quick little hop around Popham here today. So it also has, I was saying before, folks, it's because of its docileness and its ability to sort of take all sorts of things thrown at it. It's very popular it was a bit popular as an aerobatic aircraft, and soldiers on a civilian life, much doing a few of those things. Some of the various modifications out there in the real world aircraft included it's changing the wing shapes a little bit and it's increasing the tail areas to make it even more aerobatically inclined. But yeah, this really, as I said, this release from Just Flight is for the main version, the DH1, and then the expansion pack offers the DH1B. So, alright, I'm just going to come in here. Oh, might be coming in a bit fast. Alright. Alright. Oh, just thinking about that engine just slowly ticking away. There we go. Not a bad landing in the end. And that's the thing about this aircraft here, because it has quite a slow stall speed, 30 about 35, 38 knots when it's got full flap down. You can actually come in at a fairly steep approach and give you that beautiful, nice clear vision of the runway while you're actually on approach. Definitely makes student pilot approaches a lot easier, that's for sure. So, well, that's my little sort of quick little test flight done here as we sort of just taxi off the runway, and we'll see if we can return to some of our parking here. So my thoughts. Well, you know what? It's pretty damn cool. It's pretty damn simple. I really like it because it sort of does give that feeling of, you know, when you're first going, you can just imagine, you know, being a you know, so starting off in your career as a flight trainer, or being, you know, for one of the university air squadrons, for the Royal Air Force, or the Royal Canadian Air Force. You know, sort of just starting off with the early days of, you know, just starting to get your wings and being able to actually enjoy and see, you know, what flying's all about, or as you've been part of the some of the gliding schools and gliding squadrons, and being towed into the air with this behind this beautiful, simple and very iconic aircraft, I think personally. So, there we are. So, folks, would I recommend it? Absolutely. I feel that the modelling work on this one is pretty damn incredible. It really is. Definitely pleasing for me because, as I said, I had my concerns after the Comet release. But you know what? This is definitely very much changed my, brought back my faith in Just Flight products, and you know what? I am very, very impressed. So. Yeah, I think this is, if you want to have something different that is going to be able to give you just that little bit of a different sort of look around aircraft, and give you something different that you want to look at in terms of your training and sort of mixed civilian military history aircraft, this one is pretty awesome. So, highly recommending this one, folks. Definitely going to be highly recommending this one. Alright, so you can pick this aircraft up from all major flight sim retailers. You can get that there, and it is definitely, in my opinion, worth every cent. So, there you go. Alright, folks, well, that wraps up the review for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're seeing these ones here. You can also keep in touch with me, as always, through the YouTube channel, and also through Facebook and Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright, folks, well, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.